What it do, everyone? This is I.D.K with the producerkit.com, and in this tutorial we're going to quickly go over how I created the synth pad inside of Omnisphere 2. But before we get started, I wanted to show you guys this drum loop I created using samples from the volume kit, which is available at theproducerkit.com. And I'll go ahead and leave a link down below in the description for you guys. Next, we have a simple chord progression that we'll be using to sample our creation inside of Omnisphere 2. So, let's jump into Omni 2 and let's get it. Okay, so here we are inside of Omnisphere 2. First thing I'm going to do is initialize this patch, and I'll just right click any blank area of the plugin, select initialize patch, and then we'll hit OK. So now let's hear what this chord progression sounds like. And this is far from a synth pad. So what I'm going to do first is head over to oscillator A, and I'm actually going to change this saw square fat to a Moog modular saw. Next thing I'm going to do is head over to my envelopes, make sure that amp is selected, and I'm going to make some adjustments to my release. I'm going to lift it up to roughly 3 seconds, and I'm also going to adjust the attack, and I'll raise that to roughly 1 second. So now let's hear what this synth is doing. I think that sounds pretty good so far. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to head over to oscillator B, and we'll turn this on, and I will select synth, and I'm going to change this from a saw square bright to a mediocre organ. And I'm going to go ahead and mimic the envelope settings from oscillator A. So I will head over to my release fader, and I'll bump this up to about 3 seconds. And I'm going to take my release, or my attack, excuse me, I'm going to take my attack up about 1 second. So now let's hear what these two sound like together. So that's pretty awesome, sounding more like a pad than a pluck, but we can definitely sauce this up a little bit more. So I'm going to head back to oscillator A, and I'm going to dive into the oscillator zoom, and from here I'll add some unison, and I'm just going to increase the depth just a little bit, and I'm going to decrease the spread. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this octave and I'm going to go down an octave. So now when we listen to our chord progression, this is what we have. So with that unison alone, it definitely beefed up the synth pad. Now I'm going to hop into oscillator B, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on this filter, and by default it's set to basic 12 dB low pass, which is okay. We could just use that for now, but I'm going to mess around with this cutoff setting until I'm happy with how this is sounding. I think that's okay. I'm gonna hop into oscillator A, and I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing with my filter settings. So far I'm liking how it's sounding. I do feel that this synth pad could use a little more movement, So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to modulate this hard sync fader inside of oscillator A. So what I'm going to do is right click this parameter, head over to modulate, modulate with LFO. I'm going to adjust my source and I'm going to bump it up just a little bit. And then I'm going to head down over here to sync and I'm going to make sure that my rate is synced to the tempo of the song. And I'm just going to adjust the rate to about a quarter note for now. So now let's hear what this sounds like. This is definitely giving us more movement. I do feel that we should add a little delay to this. Awesome. So that's sounding pretty cool. Let's hear what this sounds like if we were to do the same with oscillator B. So I'll just right click hard sync, modulate, modulate with LFO. And I'll make some adjustments to these parameters as well. So the source, I will sync the track or sync the rate to the track's tempo. And then just make a slight adjustment to the source. And I'll add a little delay. Let me just adjust this cutoff real quick. Cool. Now next thing I'm going to do is head over to my effects tab. Make sure that common is selected. I'm just going to add some reverb real quick. Actually, I'll EQ this first. And I'm going to just take out everything 10K down and everything 125 Hertz up. Then I'll head to my next effects rack, and then toss in a proverb. I'm just going to adjust the mix just a little bit. And I'm going to lower my low shelf cut. So there it is, how to create a synth pad inside of Omnisphere 2. Let's hear this with the drum loop. And I actually have a preset that I created inside of Glitch 2 that I'll go ahead and turn on just to add some more sauce to this sound. So if you guys found this tutorial helpful, be sure to give us a thumbs up. If you're feeling generous, subscribe to this channel. Also, if you have any questions, leave them down below in the comments and we'll be sure to get back to you guys as soon as we can. So I hope you guys enjoy this. Till next time, y'all. Peace.